Guys, so in anything in life, you need to be able to assess where you are investing. In this case, this episode specifically, and Stan's going to chime in, and we've got a consumer. What does that mean? We've got somebody who's walked down the rabbit hole. I've never in my life thought about paying somebody to take care of my dog. It just didn't make sense. For me, he's a busy person who has a lot of things that are required of him, to say the least. So he can't be in town. So I appreciate, mind you, my friends. Marley, shout out to Mike. I used to keep some pit bulls and everything. Like, Trev, I gotta leave, but I don't trust nobody with my dog. I was like, just drop him off, man. Just drop him off. Because I enjoy dogs so much, and I still do to this day. If your dog's gonna be safe, it's probably gonna be safest in my hands, if we're being honest, or Stan's hands, to say the least. So, when you're looking to find a dog trainer, and mind you, I'm not a dog trainer. I'll be very clear for the dog trainers that may be watching. No matter how you feel, this is all the truth. If I walk to you and say I want my dog to sit down, not jump on people, and I want him to lose no weight neither while I'm gone. When I come back, he should be able to sit down, not jump on people, and he should be the same weight, or if he's growing, because this is an 8-month-old kind of Corso, then he should probably be a little bit heavier. So, mind you, he looks good. So we're not worried about that, but his communication's off a little bit. And we say, when you transfer communication over to me, I should be able to do what you did, and the dog still pay attention. Not the case. Feron, what are some things that you feel could have been done different from a consumer standpoint? And mind you, I don't know the guy. I don't want to know the guy. It's none of my business. He's reached out to us. I don't need to know his name. We're purely talking about someone who paid a lot of money for little results.
I think just, when you do pay a dog trainer, or, just for people in general, just getting back a good product, if I'm paying you the money, I want to train dogs, you know what I'm saying? I don't overpromise me. Say like, hey, hey, I'm learning, but I can do this. Or I don't know, I feel like I saw his dogs and they were really trained.
Yeah.
But then I'm sold off something that you show me. Then when I see mine, I don't get that. So it's like, are you putting the same time into that you put into your own personal dog into my dog?
A lot of times they don't train their own dogs. They get pre-trained dogs.
It's kind of like the guy saying, guys, come make this money. And they rented this house, they rented that Ferrari, sold you a dream, you bought their book, and you still broke. So keep that in mind when you like, so who train? I know how to ask a lot of questions too. And mind you, it don't look bad. I'm gonna be very clear in saying this. It ain't a problem when somebody's hustling, because the sucker's born every day. Challenge is bridging that gap from owner, trainer, and making sure you know what to look for. So because that dog can sit down, stay late, get on a place, doesn't mean they know what they're doing. I'd be like this, hey, let me see a dog that you're working with currently. Can I see like a starter? You got any pups here? Let me see some other dogs. Where are they at? And can you walk me through what the challenges are? So now you learn, and mind you, you have no clue, but you should have enough sensibility to know that something's off. Something's off. I'd be like, yo, I need to see 3 or 4 dogs, because for the price that he paid, I need to see 3 or 4 dogs in different categories that you're working with currently, and them all trained. I need 3 references, and ain't nothing like a live reference, to be clear, people. So, what are some other things you tell people to be mindful of or look for when potentially seeking a dog trainer, so that the dog can live in their home with them comfortably?
I want to see how the dog interacts with the trainer, the handler, whatever you want to call. Does the dog like that person? What tools did it take to get your dog there? Is it only doing the stuff because of the tools that are on the dog? Can the dog understand sit, stay, heel, down without being on a leash? Because a lot of people are going to try to sell you an on-leash program and an off-leash program, but what's the difference? Come should still mean come, regardless if I have a leash on the dog or not. Same thing with sit down, stay. We were asking him to show us what he can do with his dog, and he had to put a leash on. And then the dog didn't even perform when he had the leash on. He had to give him multiple commands and correct him, and then finally he did it. But then the dog doesn't understand the end point of the command. He was able to break pretty easy, and like Trev said, for the amount of money that was spent on the training, that dog should sit there if a bomb goes off.
That's crazy. But it is the truth. I'm over here minding my business, people.
But he's happy at least. He's not tucking his tail. He's not intimidated. So there's good things that happened, but just not what you expected.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. I'm seeing that because I ain't even shooting in 4K yet. Well, guys, listen. Again, we appreciate Feron for considering us. He reached out a while ago, came by. Unexpected for me. I don't think a lot of what I do, to be clear. I think I have a lot more work to do. But what I've learned is that you guys and a lot of people watching do value both my opinion, my perspective, and most importantly, the truth. And the only thing that matters to me is the damn truth. Nothing else, nothing more, because the truth is the only thing constant. That's why I say it always comes to light. And there's nothing louder than the truth, or an action, to say the least. So he says, you know what? I've got, again, a plan. His plan, wants to get married one day. He's got a person that he's suiting, and that suitor says, listen, my man, I'm not going to struggle the rest of my life because you brought this dog in. I think the only person who could maybe keep him motivated or inspired is my guy, Juan. Juan's wife is, I don't want to say deathly allergic, but she's allergic, but she loves that her husband loves dogs. And Juan does ears, his dogs everywhere at his house. And even one dog was dying, and the wife, allergies and all, she was bottle feed. He says, Trev, she was struggling. Such and such. But she said, we got to keep him alive. So you'd be surprised as one sees their love and affection for, a dog or whatever they're doing. When you are, when other people are around, they say, you know what? I gotta keep him happy in some regard. I could never imagine getting rid of none of my dogs or not having a life without dogs. If anybody even said, matter of fact, if a girl say she don't like dogs, we have nothing else to discuss. There's nothing to talk about. I assure you that. You better not come over my house because it's a gang of them jokers, man, and they have free range. Everywhere. And it's always gonna be that way, to be clear, to the day I die. So we appreciate Feron for bringing Deuce our way, asking us to potentially assist. And again, his journey, people, you failing to realize he's looking to land in a specific place, and I love that he's planning and willing to spend the money, way more money than he should. But even more importantly, he says, I got some goals here. I want to be happy. I'm probably in a little love. I don't know nothing about that. But even more importantly, I want to keep my dog. I want to keep my dog. I got it. This is the dog I want. This is a dog for me. I'm not getting rid of my dog. We got to figure out how to make it work. And I think all relationships, even the one that he's working on right now, take work. So how can I make sure my dog and my significant other can coexist? Well, communication. Communication, which is often been said is key. And the more clear we are, the better we can be. So, as I always say, take care of your dogs. Thank you guys for definitely just telling the truth. We've got 3 different perspectives. That's a dog trainer. This is a guy that's a pet owner, a pet parent, a pet achiever. And I'm just a guy who runs his mouth.
Take care of your dog. Because I'm getting